Beauty is a blessing and a curse. It is a gift and a curse. People love to project onto beautiful women. Both men and women do this. And they tend to demonize beautiful women. I consider myself to be a beautiful woman, a young, beautiful black woman. And the interactions I've gotten with people who are complete strangers who do not know me from a can of paint is incredible. You are watching this video, and if you are subscribed to my channel, Geneva in General, then that makes you a beautiful person. So, from one beautiful person to another beautiful person, have you ever gotten these comments? You look mean. You look selfish. You look standoffish. You seem stuck up. When I first met you, I thought you were a bitch. Or my favorite comments from men, you always seem unapproachable. You have resting bitch face. You always seem like you don't want to be bothered. You seem like you have unrealistic high standards for yourself. You seem like you're not the type to date me, or would you date a white guy? Or let me guess, you don't date black men. Or my personal favorite, you need to be humbled. She thinks she's all that. She thinks the world revolves around her. Tyla is a beautiful, beautiful young black woman. I know she's mixed with Indian descent and also African descent. That's why she's considered to be a colored woman in her hometown of Johannesburg, South Africa. That's where she hails. She is a beautiful brown South African woman, and she's very proud of who she is and her heritage, her background, and I enjoy her music. She has great music. So Tyla, being a young, beautiful 22-year-old woman, she just attended the Met Gala, the 2024 Met Gala, in a beautiful, beautiful gown. She looked incredible. Her body is TM. Like, I think I have a nice body, but I aspire, this may sound realistic, but I aspire to take care of my body and have it reflect almost something similar to hers. So the Met Gala has their own Instagram page. Of course, they have the Instagram page. And they had posted a picture of her in her beautiful, it's like a light, almost shimmer, light tan dress, I guess is how I would describe it to be. It's just a beautiful, beautiful gown. And when Met Gala had posted that picture of her, on the very top comment, it has over 2,000 likes. All right, so over 2,000 people agree with it. And it's the top comment. Someone says, Tyla doesn't look like a nice person. Which leads me to my next point. Why do women have to look nice all the time? Why can't people just accept the fact that women are human beings? We have emotions. We go through things, no matter how beautiful we may or may not look. Maybe, when you see a woman walking down the street, especially for my men, when you see a woman walking down the street and she's very beautiful and you're attracted to her, instead of saying, oh, why does she look like a bitch and she's mean? What if she's facing cramps that day? What if she's having painful cramps? What if her mother just passed away? What if her car broke down? What if she's in debt? What if she just found out that she has cancer? You don't know what people are going through. This is turning into a rant video. This is the problem that I have when people are projecting onto people that you don't know from a can of paint. Again, I believe it's a quote that goes something like, perception is not reality, but perception is everything. Again, what you may claim a person to be does not make that true. If that makes sense. Since I was young, I would always have issues with other women, other girls. But in particular, other black girls or black women. I'll be walking down the street. I'll be on the job at school, minding my own business, staying quiet. I'm an introvert, just doing my thing. I didn't like to speak up a lot unless it was something I was actually really interested in. As introverts, we don't just run our mouths unless it's something that we actually have expertise in or something that actually interests us. We don't really like small talk. That's just how I am. That's just how I've always been. In particular, other black women would perceive that as, oh, Geneva's a bitch. Geneva's stuck up. Geneva's rude. Geneva thinks she's too much. She's better than everybody. That's why she doesn't want to interact with me. And I used to low-key get bullied and ostracized. I would have rumors spreading about me that made no sense at all. I'm like, where is this coming from? It was coming from people's perception of me and them projecting their own insecurities onto me, even though it was completely false. Don't get me started on men. I talked to a guy. I didn't date him, but I was talking to this guy, and he was like, I just know that your body count is in the hundreds. What the fuck? Sir, you don't know me from a can of paint. We just only had a couple conversations, mainly about music. But he just looked me up and down one day. I didn't have anything revealing on. I like to work out. I like to keep in shape. I like to eat healthy. And I like to be, strong and healthy looking. It's attractive. He just looked at me up and down and was like, I just know your body count is in the hundreds. I can tell. Completely disrespectful, foul. And, needless to say, I completely dropped him. I completely stopped talking to him, even as a friend. I was done. That's how disrespected I felt. I don't want to make this video about me. This is about Tyla, but this is a universal issue that many pretty women, in particular men, they can be handsome, they can experience handsome or pretty privilege as well. But this video is pertaining to women because, one, I am a woman, and also Women, we get judged much more harshly, and like just we take on so much abuse. It's just crazy just from how we look. Again, not to make this video about me, but just literally 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, because I got my hair braided 2 Sundays ago, and today is Saturday, tomorrow will be Sunday, so it's almost 2 weeks ago. This is my first time ever going to this woman. I don't know this woman from a can of paint. She don't know me from a can of paint. I went to her to get my hair shampooed and braided, and she did a great job, if you can see. I love it, I love it, I love it. Literally, this is all I did. I got out of my car. I had messaged her first, like, she told me to message her on Facebook that, just message me when you pull up to the shop. So that's what I did. I messaged her. I said, hello, good morning, I'm here. So I'm waiting in my car for her to unlock the door because it's like a glass door. You know how beauty shops, barber shops, this is just a glass door, but it was dark inside. When I see her turn on the lights and like open the door, that's when I got out of my car door. I popped my trunk to take out my braiding hair. I closed the trunk. I started walking up towards her. I said, hello, good morning. And, she greeted me, blah, blah, blah. Hours later, while she's getting done shampooing my hair, she blow dried my hair. We was talking that entire time, me, her, and her assistant. She's like, you don't come across as very friendly. And I'm just like, okay. And she was like, yeah, when you first met me, like, she's like, literally that this morning when you came out your car and like shut your trunk with the hair and you came up to me and greeted me, she said you just looked really menacing and like hostile. Like you just look like a very, very unfriendly person. And I had to think to myself, like, oh, like, why are you telling me this? Like, if I intimidate you, I intimidate you, but that's not my problem. It's not my problem that you perceive me to be intimidating, or I'm a bitch, or I seem harsh, or you seem standoffish, because let me tell you what that actually translates into. When you're an attractive woman and you actually have a good head on your shoulders and you have this confidence and you have high self-esteem and self-worth about yourself, and you can just tell that you're not someone to play with. Like a lot of men will say, oh, you seem like a bitch, you seem harsh, blah blah blah. That translates into them meaning, oh, you look like the type of woman who wouldn't put up with cheating, you won't put up with my bullshit, you won't put up with me putting my hands on you, and etc etc etc. When you meet other women who say, oh, they perceive you to be a bitch, you're stuck up and standoffish and blah blah blah, she this, she that, and woo woo woo, that translates to them saying, oh, she looks like she don't play. She's not someone to be played around. She does not do fake friends. Like she does not crave validation from others. Like, you know who you are. You're very confident in yourself. Like, you don't need anybody, pretty much. And people do not like that. Both men and women, they do not like seeing a pretty woman, a beautiful woman who has that high, not only just the body, the looks, and the face, the hair, whatever, that makes her physically beautiful. But when you carry yourself with this confidence and air of like, you know who you are, and you don't allow people to disrespect you, pretty much. Love me some Tyla. She's a beautiful, beautiful young colored black Indian woman, whatever you want to call her. I'm proud of her. People are already projecting onto her because she's a beautiful, confident woman. She's very proud of her heritage. She knows who she is. She does not make excuses. She's talented. She's hardworking. She's came into the game. She's young. And people are already, men, women. It was some women on Reddit. I almost forgot to leave this, almost left this part out. It was women on Reddit who said that when they saw that Met Gala picture of her, the photos of her on the Met Gala carpet with her beautiful dress and like her body, they said that she is triggering their body dysmorphia and they hate her. They're saying that, she's triggering my body dysmorphia, my eating disorders, and I don't like looking at her because her body looks unrealistic and it's not fair that she has this beautiful body and I'm stuck, in frumpy clothes and I'm big as hell. I got a big back, woo 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 woo. And it's like, that's not her responsibility. It's no one's responsibility to make you feel good about yourself but you. People need to stop projecting onto beautiful women, especially beautiful young black women. Because we get hate from so many angles, it's ridiculous. Black men hate you when you're a young, beautiful black woman because they say, oh, she's too good. You look like you date white boys. Or you look like you got high standards. It's like, oh my God. Other black women hate you, and it's just sickening. When you're a pretty girl, you tend to have pretty girl problems.